Hello and welcome to Songs of Syx. It is a glorious day. As you can see in the upper right hand corner, a new update dropped, and as we all expected, this update changes quite a bit. If you also want to play version 66, I'll put in a little video showing you how to enable the beta. Just a quick info for my returning viewers. The playthrough in version 65, I will finish it. I will go back and forth between the versions and record under version 65 and under version 66. The version 66 playthrough, as you will see, is more catered to new players, and my 65 playthrough I will finish and put out. It will probably be a bit slower, but I promise you I will finish it and we will make meat smoothies. This series is something I've never done before. I will play a bit more on the casual side, and I will give you lots of tips and might even teach some of you a few tricks and tips on how to play this game. So this is my first playthrough, really also having people in mind that are probably new to the game. A big YouTuber, Seth, dropped a video a few days ago, almost a week ago now, and there's probably a lot of new players here. So if you're new to Song of Syx, this is the video for you. If you're an intermediate veteran player, I think we can learn a bit together. I have no idea how much changed this update, and the only thing I've seen is the devlogs, and I know it's quite a lot. So what is Songs of Syx? It is a colony builder, a bit like Banished, but you can imagine Banished on crack. If you've ever played a game like Dwarf Fortress, Banished, and you thought to yourself, "Ooh, I wish I could recruit armies and have battles like in Total War," this is the game for you. Just don't be turned off by the pixelated graphics. So, how do we play this game? We press play. There will be a campaign in version 1.0. For now there's only the tutorial. I've never played the tutorial. I've taught myself how to play this game and through videos. The scenarios are battles, showcases, so you can look at some cities from other people. What I'm going to be playing is the random game. I'll leave the scripts, this is new in this update, I'll leave them... Oh, they are away by default. I'll enable them. The difficulty setting, Jake is recommending that Jake is the developer, by the way, that you keep them at normal. I would not recommend putting them on easy, because you don't unlock titles. Those are the achievements and they give you a few boni for the next game. I would also not recommend that you put it on hard plus or hard if you're a new player, simply because this game is not the easiest. It's not that hard, and contrary to what this says, this doesn't make the game much harder, it just makes it a bit more annoying and slower. So we are leaving it at normal, we're enabling a few of the scripts, and here you are presented with the choice from 5 races. There's 7 races in total, 2 of them you can only get in the game, you can't choose them in the beginning. And they all have different boni, and they have all pros and cons. What I would recommend you on your first playthrough is picking the humans or the Garfimi. The Cretonians, those are the pig boys, they are rather boring to play as. You will see that they are pretty terrible at everything. Dondorians are a cool race, I love to play Dondorians. You can get all of them, by the way, in the game, so you don't have to. The choice you're making now is just your main race. So, in this playthrough we are picking humans, but we will spread out and let in a few more people. Humans are excellent scientists and managers, they are good farmers, and they learn quite a bit. On the other hand, they are difficult to please. They They are not very skilled so they are pretty average at everything. They don't excel at except at science and managing, and in battle they are not that remarkable, but we can recruit others. So you select the species, you click confirm, this is the title screen. Those titles, you see I have unlocked quite a few. There's a whole bunch of new titles, which is nice. Every title is tied to a Steam achievement, and you get to select 5 titles in the beginning, and they give you some small boons and make the game a bit easier. So this is like a little roguelite component in the game. But the first time you boot up the game, you don't have any titles, so I will just keep the vanilla experience and not select any titles. Yes, I will start anyway. Then you can generate a map to your liking. You could take Europe, you could take Great Britain. You could, whatever this is, an island nation, island nation, island nation. I think I'll do something new this time, and I will pick a European map. Maybe. Let me think about it. Nah, we're going random, as always. Here's my random seed. You can copy it if you want to. The problem is, Jake is changing quite a bit in the back end all the time. There's updates coming in by the minute, and some users have found that this generation is quite it's not very reliable, so you won't get the same results as me. So the world map has changed quite a bit. As you can see, fertility is now visible. The green hue is how fertile a region is. I do not like the layout here. This is much better. You can regenerate if you click over here, and what you can do now is, just like in Dwarf Fortress, you can pick out your starting location. There's some resources be generated on the map, and if you start in that place, you get more resources in your settlement. But it's not really needed, actually. You will have plenty of resources later on. I'm quickly checking. This place looks nice. I would like to have some gems nearby, maybe some Cephyllan ore. So the resources that are there are, this is clay, then there's coal, there's ore. You need coal and ore to make iron. There is Cephyllan ore, which is like crack for some races. I don't know, it's gems, they need it for their temples. Then there's stone, but you have plenty of stone on your map. And one last resource are the gems. You can make jewelry out of gems, and some races love you stocking up on gems. Now this place is 100% fertile. I would like a river nearby. I mean, this place is insane. Lots of coal, lots of ore. But no river. Over here, on the other hand, we have coal, we have lots of gems, we have some Cephyllan ore. And we have some mountains nearby. I do not want too much mountain. 40% mountain is a bit too much for me. This just shows you when I click now, the map will generate and it will show what's going on. 6.9% of the map will be covered by freshwater, 22% by mountains, and 100% by forests. Ignore the infos down there. A spot with any mineable resources will be more difficult. Yes, but in the long run it really doesn't matter. I would also like to go a bit further up north because I want to see how the cantors have changed. So there's ore, there's coal, there's civilian. This place also looks nice. I don't want to waste too much of your time then in this screen. Coal, ore. Lots of gems over there. Cold climate. No, I would like some nice temperate climate nearby with lots of fertility, so my cities can grow nicely. Let's just pick this place. Why not? What it does now is, now it generates the map just like it does in Dwarf Fortress. Different nations will be created. So we have Tilapitan, I will change the name. Overage is here. Normally, Jake said that it would generate a few free lands nearby. Those are the lands you can conquer freely. They are not a nation. So I will just regenerate. In the upper right hand corner you have a... Okay, this looks amazing. Lots of free lands nearby. We are the only connection up there. If we could find a haven, that would be perfect. Those two races I was talking about that you can select, they live in things like this. Those are crypts. That's where the spider boys live. And the other ones, the cantors, they live up in the north in things like this. And I would love to get some of them. But not this time apparently. So we have quite a few free regions up north. Down there we have smaller nations, yes. Okay. And now we are generating the map we are playing on, just like in Dwarf Fortress. The global map will also play a big role in your game. You can later on conquer other regions and become their overlord, and they pay tribute and taxes to you. So it's all well and good. I do not like this too much. Mountain is over there. We can also regenerate this map. Takes a few moments. This is looking a bit better. Some stone deposits. Some coal deposits. Down here is ore. Those deposits don't matter too much. It's very inefficient to actually mine them. Clay is not that unimportant actually. What is nice to have are those patches of animals. You can hunt them for food. We will need lots of stone. We can take a look at the fertility. The river is always very fertile. There's like ginormous patches of fertile land over there. And over here. So this place is very fertile, which I do like. I like to place down my throne room. This is what we're placing. This is the main building. You're not locking yourself in or anything. You can always change it. So I don't want to waste too much of your time. I'll just place my throne here. And now we start. We have 10 humans. And the first thing I notice is that the UI has changed quite a bit. Those icons are new. There's a new resource. The colors are different. Everything down here is different. Construct. Fences. Procreation, military, law. Stockade is new. Never seen that one. Administration, embassy was there. In laboratory, library, school, university. That is all the same. No new resources. Logistics is the same. Water is the same. There's a home menu. Okay, that is nice. Afterlife, also the same. The massage parlor is new. So people are getting massage now. Health is the same, just different. The same buildings, just under the health category now. Distribution is the same. Religion. Refining, that's less than before, isn't it? Okay. I'll just, I'm also relearning the game. So, what is the most important thing in the beginning? As you can see, we have 0 of anything. And that is due to one thing. We have our stuff lying on the floor. But it's not counted in here. And if it lies on the floor, it is also spoiling a bit faster. 100% faster even. So wood is spoiling at 30% per year if it lies on the floor. So the first thing we need is under logistics a warehouse. There's different ways you can build your buildings. We could make square buildings, or if we change the type to ellipses, we could make round buildings. Different races like different things. If you want to look up what your race prefers, just make a right click on the humans. You open up this screen. And this is the screen where you can check how happy are my people. So right now they are very happy because they are a 100% majority. So I have only humans. Access, I can tell them what they can put in their homes. For example, I can tell them to stock up on wood in their homes. Services are the services we provide for them. Environment, and under environment you can check if they like roundness. And my humans don't care about roundness. So we can either build round or we can build square. If we check the tilapis, for example, under environment, they do like themselves some roundness. What the humans don't like is noise. They love it if there's lightning, and they love it if there is some space. If you want to see most of the properties, you can go to properties, and there you have all the stats they have, all the work they can do. But I like the question mark more. Then you open up the Tome of Knowledge, and there, for example, you can check what buildings they like, the humans. This is the climate, then the other races, how much they like them, what food they want, what drinks they want. And we can see they love stone buildings and they love grand buildings. Holy roading, there's a few new roads. Paved roads, highway, furniture, and then you have all the stats. It's all a bit daunting in the beginning, don't dwell on it too much. We need a warehouse. I like to build it square, just because it's easier. Okay, if you build a building, you see there's some yellow squares. Those yellow squares mean this area is unsupported. You could just build it like this. Means it's a bit more expensive and it degrades faster. If you want to support it, you can either press here shrink room and then put in support pillars. Like this. Or you can just keep this and press shift If you press shift, it switches automatically over there. It's just a bit of... I like to take the maximum dimensions I can. I think we can even go one further down here and make it one bigger. In the beginning, I would recommend to you not to build too big, simply because it takes too long. You have only a few workers. And if you place your crates, for example, every building needs some type of furniture in there or some type of workplace or anything. You have to keep in mind that it needs to be accessible. So if I place a crate here, no person can walk from here to here. They could now walk around the pillar, but if I want to place something here, it does not work because they can't access those two squares here in the middle. So you have to keep that in mind. Other than that, just be creative and do what you like. I will not just keep my hand, keep the mouse holded. I'm just holding the mouse. And I'll plop down all the crates I can. I don't worry too much about keeping it symmetrical or anything like that. Now there's more space for some crates here in the middle. And one important thing, you can choose your room type over here. So I will build this out of stone. And you have to place doorways so your people can enter and exit. I'll place a doorway on all four sides. And the building is placed. Now we can unpause and my people will go to work. And they will start building this. This will take quite a while. Since they have to chop down the wood, they have to gather up the stone. We have 50 stone lying around, which is way too little. We need 280. So what we can do is we can designate some trees to be felled. We don't need that because there's not enough trees in here. But we can also clear some rocks, like here, and they will chop down those rocks. Sorry. And then we have rocks to build with. The two main building resources are stone and wood. Oh, they immediately start building, that's new. Normally they would chop down the trees and then start the process they're doing right now. But Jake has also changed quite a few things. Okay, next things we are going to need is some buildings to keep my people happy. They will need a well. I'm placing it over here. There's a nice little space. As you can see, we can look up the first services. They want wells. They want hearths, speakers, stages, fight pits, grand arenas, taverns, bathhouses, barbers, and so on and so forth. We can provide... most of those things are still locked. How to unlock them, I'll tell you later. But the hearths and the wells are unlocked. If you press Q and E, you can make some pre-defined buildings larger and smaller. So I'm making a larger well now. A larger hearth, I'm sorry. Placing it next to the well. And they also do want a speaker. This one you cannot make bigger or smaller. It's just fixed at that size, so I'll place one here. Why is happiness so important? First of all, you don't want your people to rebel. There's if they become unhappy, they start to riot and stuff. But in the beginning, the only way you get more people is by getting immigrants. And you only get immigrants if the people you currently have are happy. Okay, so as you can see, this game is rather slow. There's two speed settings, there's normal, there's fast, this is 3 times speed, and there is fastest, which is 25 times speed. So as you can see, they're zooming around quite a bit when you press the 25 times speed. If this is still too slow for you, if you press it again, it's times 250. You can see the days zooming by. We have to keep an eye out on our rations, or our people will start to starve. But they are now just chopping down the trees and they start to build those buildings. What my people will also need is some houses. There's 3 types of houses. Apartments, which are rather small. Houses can house 5 people, are a bit bigger. And there are longhouses. Okay, I'm sorry, I just have to... make the ambience a bit quieter. I think this volume setting is new. Which is why it was a bit overtuned. Okay, houses. In an earlier version there was a privacy demand from people. So some races liked to live in smaller quarters and some races liked to live in larger quarters. But those are no longer, so this is just a cosmetic choice. I like to build longhouses simply because they house the most residents. And that means I have to do less thinking. If you press Q and E, you can place more of them at the same time. There's people doing elaborate buildings and stuff. I'm more of a, if it's squared, it's nice kind of guy. I'm sorry, you won't see the most beautiful city in my videos. But I'll try to make it a bit more interesting this time. So we place 2 longhouses here. 2 longhouses. Maybe some apartments over here. We can place some apartments over there. And then we build 2 longhouses in here, and so it's much more interesting than everything I did before. We can then later on build some ornaments here in the middle. Okay, since I don't want them to build everything, I can suspend a few jobs. So we can suspend those jobs. The first and most important thing is actually for them to construct the warehouse. We already ran completely out of wood. Out of stone, sorry, wood, there's plenty lying around. So I'll speed it up again. We only have 10 people, so this takes a while. Let's go fast forward a bit. Yeah, as the returning viewers might notice, I will do a lot less editing this round, in the beginning at least. Later on I will do my usual time lapses and fast forwarding, but for the moment I'll keep it easy like this so people can follow. So they have finished clearing out the building, now they're constructing the roof. We only have 3 rations left, so this is a race against the clock. We will need more rocks. Should we run out of food, we can hunt some of those ore rocks. I'll designate a few. Sadly, there is, as far as I know, no priority. So that's why I gave you the tip to build a a smaller building in the beginning, just so things go a bit faster. But now they are providing the wood. I will delete those jobs just so they start building. The first longhouse is finished, so the people move in. We are out of food, but they did hunt the aurochs, so there's some food lying around here. So we should be good. And now they start constructing this warehouse. And once it's all finished, they just have to build this little square here. Now we can... Okay, now you have a warehouse. What you need to do in the warehouse, this UI is very different. Interesting. Very interesting. This is new. You have to designate crates. So we have 129 crates in this warehouse. What I would recommend is that you enable one crate for everything, so they have some place to store it in your first warehouse. This is much easier. You can press here and one crate is allocated to every resource. You can see now over there it's red because we have nothing in our stores. What you will definitely need is a few more crates for stone. I'll put like 10 crates stone, 10 crates wood. We will need some more crates for food. In the beginning we will have mostly meat. Maybe some bread. And some grain. And now we can activate a few jobs. So they can start building that one. What they should do now is they should gather up some resources. We have already 12 wood in the storage. No, they are now building this one. As you can see, wood is shooting up. That is because they are gathering the wood that is lying around and they put it in those crates. Now they're building the hearth. What you will notice in the moment is that the loyalty we have over here will go up because we provide them with a few of the services they need. So their happiness will improve. There's still meat lying around over there. What we can now do is we can build our first farm. We have so much fertility, I love this map. So I'll just build a very small farm. To build a farm you need space, you can see the fertility. If I build, for example, if I build my farm over here in the darker one, we have 66% fertility, so we would have 66% the production. Over here, next to the water, it is very fertile, so we can build. I will just build a very small strip of farm, because we don't have a lot of grain. We start with a few pieces of grain. So this is the starting farm. And what I'm also going to do is I will build a auroch pasture. 2 workers, that's fine. Most buildings have, the pastures have a gate. You have to designate a place where they can go in and go out. And they have a hut. As you can see, if I build it like this, we would have 50% efficiency. Most buildings have a secondary furniture thing where you improve your efficiency. So if I press E, it gets bigger, and you can see if I build this little thing here, 50% efficiency, so now this building would be 100% efficient. Another thing we can give our people is we can activate the speaker job. Okay, they store the meat, which is great. Still some meat lying around, but we have 4 days of food. So now, once again, they start to chop down those trees, and then they start constructing these buildings. Whenever you run low on food, just go to the nearest animals and designate a few to be hunted. Just be careful that you don't pick the wrong animals. Those meat grubs, they are delicious, they bring a lot of meat. Those globulians, they give you some eggs and meat. Those are basically pigs called antledons. They are also great for hunting. Those smilodons, a deadly fast killing machine, as you can see by the description. If I designate those to be hunted, I would solve the food problem by other means, because I simply would have less people to feed. I think they kill my people in like 1 or 2 strikes. So to construct a grain farm, you need some grain. I have 36 grain right now. This farm will need 16 to be built, and to construct a pasture you need livestock. You also start with a bit of livestock. One of my people is now out of the workforce because he is permanently employed as a speaker in here. The job of a speaker is to give my people the news. He will educate them a bit. And he will also make them more happy because the services get provided. The speaker is now at 90% pro. Another very important early game service, which I completely forgot about, are the food stores. So once again, we designate an area and then we can place down the food stores. I'm pressing E to make it bigger. And I like to go completely overboard and build a bit too big in the beginning. As I said, I recommend that you build 1 food stall maybe, so you have enough services for a few people. As it stands, if I build this, I would have enough services for 360 people. For 630 people, sorry. Which is... I'm at the moment at 10 people, so this is going a bit overboard. Okay, as you can see by the arrow in here, we have immigrants who are waiting to join us. You can either right click here and then authorize them, or you can tell them I want this many people, like 25, and then it will automatically let in every immigrant until you reach 25 population, which is what I'm doing right now. As my people get more happy, more immigrants will want to join. So if you keep an eye on the number, we won't be at 11 for long. There's also seasons. 1 year is 16 days, which only has an effect on the farms. Okay, so now 2 workers are employed in the grain farm. The food stall is being completed. We are completely out of food, but there is food lying around over there. Still, we are going to hunt a few aurochs. Okay, we don't need 5 people working here. 1 should be plenty for now. And we have a few workers in the auroch pasture. What they're doing now is there's a maximum of 8 animals in here. They will tend to the animals, and once they reach full tending, they will go to the stockpile, take up a livestock and put it in here, and now we have an auroch in here. One of my people died. Oh, he was killed by the Orok. That is quite a blow in the early game. This hurts a lot. Also makes my people very unhappy because there's a corpse lying around. So what I have to do now, as unceremonious as it is, I will have to provide a little mass grave. But where to build a grave? Maybe over here. What the food stall is doing, it is providing a service, and the worker in here is going to nearby stockpiles and just taking food and preparing it for the people. So now we have 23 days of food. Due to the sacrifice of our Maria Andra. Looks like she got her eyes gouged out. No one has claimed his remains, but more burial sites. Yeah, we need to bury her. But as you can see, loyalty is improving, happiness is going up overall. What can losing 10% of our population really do? Except shrink the gene pool quite dramatically. Okay, so this is those are the first steps completed. I think we are good now. So we have our basic food production. Quick reminder, people don't eat grain. So the grain itself does nothing for us. I just placed down a little grain farm so we wouldn't lose our initial grain. What we would need to do to make this edible for our people is we would have to, under refining, build a bakery and then use grain and wood to make bread. And bread is edible. But I'm not building a bakery for now. We are reliant on food, on meat for the moment. The antler dirt farm is up and running. The Auroch pasture is up and running. So next steps, what you are going to need to progress in this game is you need your first crafting building, which is a carpenter. So under crafting the carpenter, you can see it costs wood and stone. The production it has is it takes 3 wood and turns it into 1 furniture. Or if you unlock the right technology, you can take 6 wood and 4 stone and turn it into warhammers. Or you can take wood and leather and turn it into shields. We need furniture. Furniture is the most important building resource in the beginning. An important note is that the carpenter emits noise, and my humans don't like noise. This really isn't that important, so it's not like they will be deadly unhappy if there's noisy things nearby. It just means that it is a nice boon to keep your people. It makes them a bit more happy if there's no noise nearby. So what I'm going to build is a rather large carpenter once again. I think I'll just build it in the same size as the... We can even go one further. I will build it the same size as I did with the warehouse, and this time around we need workbenches. I'm explaining this one time for all the veterans in here who already know how the game works. This is probably quite boring. So, okay, we need workbenches. Those are the places my people will work. every little work spot needs to be accessible. So I'm just placing it down like this, and now we have enough space for 36 employees. We also need a storage. This is where they will put the finished furniture, so it can be taken away. I'll place it down here. And as you can see, once again, we start with 50% efficiency, so we will build an auxiliary station, which makes it more efficient. So I'll just place one down here, and I will place a few here in the middle. So now we are 100% efficient, and we can build a few more workspaces. This would be nice, but I don't think we can fit enough auxiliary stations. You will notice when you play this game that most combinations that would seem, oh yeah, this is nice, this is very satisfying, just don't work, which is very sad. This would be such an amazing room. But we need 10. So what I'm going to do is I will cut down on one workspace and place it in here. Now we need doors. And now this Carpenter has space for 52 workers at 100% efficiency. This will last us a long time. I don't think we'll need another Carpenter until we at least reach at least 1000 population. The mass grave is being constructed. And now here is the corpse we just lost to the Auroch. The pasture is working at full capacity. We're producing 2.6 food a day. We are consuming 8. That is a problem. Another thing you can do in the beginning, if you want to, is you can build an aquaculture, but you need actual fishing spots for that, and we don't have any nearby. We've reached a new level, and with the level we are now in Emir. We have 25 population. We get a bit of happiness. Every level up you get a bit of happiness. We get the boosts to immigration, so more people will join us, and we've unlocked the laboratory. So one way to unlock buildings is through those levels. If you want to check what each level does, you just press this button over here. And then you go to the player screen. This is where you can change your town name, for example, and we are now calling our city for the moment what do we call it? Let's just call it Ang. Save as default. That's our city name. And if you want to see what is, there is the status, and here you can see we have 25 population, we have 25 plebeians, those are the citizens. And subject is overall, this includes slaves, there's also slavery in the game. So the next level would be at 40 population, and then we would unlock the export depot and the import depot. And then there's a few more building unlocks after that, until you reach 500 population, where the game, in my opinion, starts. As you can see, compared to Dwarf Fortress, the numbers get crazy. The highest city level is 12,000, so you need a population of 12,000. We are at 25 right now, so we have a long way to go. Let's quickly build our Carpenter. Food is going down dramatically. We are not producing enough. But in the beginning, we don't have enough living space now. So what I can do now is I can activate a few more jobs. And I can tell them to just build those buildings, please. So we have enough living space. We still have some food stored up, and there's also food in here, 110. So we are not close to starving at all. Okay, those buildings are finished. We should have enough. Okay, yeah, they finished the carpenter, and what it does, it immediately fully employs it. So we would need 52 people in here. That is obviously not possible for us. So what you can do is you can just manually tell it how many workers it should have. For the moment we need 3. I'd say we get 5 carpenters, and that is plenty. We can also see that we are full on leather in our stores. So I'll give it a few more crates. Wood is almost always full, simply because we live in the forest, and every time we build anything we get a lot of wood. So we are enabling the rest of the buildings. The first harvest of grain is coming in. So we should also be stocking up on some grain, yes. Okay, with our first buildings, we stand in front of another problem. Our buildings can degrade. If we check the maintenance, for now we are good. No degradation happening. Okay, so for now we're good. If your buildings degrade, for example this carpenter, there's an average degradation, so if every square in here is degraded, that would be 100%. And that would mean that my carpenter is producing 100% less. So it would be useless. What we can do to avoid that is we can build a janitor. And the janitor's sole job is to run around and repair buildings. Which is very important. There's some buildings who will never degrade. Those buildings I think cannot degrade, and the houses also don't degrade. So now we are producing furniture. The furniture is stored in here once it is finished. Those are the this is the storage we've placed, and then some worker will come and store it in the warehouse. It is advisable to have your warehouse nearby just to keep the commute times low. Also, the workspaces and the homes shouldn't be too far away, because if my people need to walk too far. So for example, if I built this farm down here, they would go to work, but it would take a longer time, and so I would need more workers for the same amount of work. Okay, we can go fast forward a bit. What we can also do to make this city a bit more appealing is we can place our first roads. There's a ton of road types, holy moly. I have not seen this yet. Okay, the dirt road is the standard road you have unlocked from the beginning. It was last episode. Then there's the brick road, which is Amivia's apparently. Plaza is making everyone happy, giving awe. There's a new highway. Okay, I think that's the old cut stone road. There's the paved road. I think that's the old standard road. Forest Plaza. This is a different kind of plaza, okay. Cobblestone road. Dirt road, Dark Plaza, Fungus Highway, and Fungus Road. Okay. Sorry guys, this is all new to me. Exciting things are happening. Jake has also said that this is probably the last version before 1.0. So I think the city building aspect is going to stay this way. So what we can do now is we can place a few roads. The standard dirt road doesn't take any materials. So we will just keep it like this and make our people a bit more happy. They like it when there's roads around. Just takes a lot of work to do. With the first roads, I will also place a janitor. Big janitor building. There's utility stations you can place. Each utility station has enough space for 5 workers. We can make it a bit smaller. Okay, we can even make it smaller. Gen janitors, 10 janitors, I'm sorry. It's early. Is plenty. In the beginning you need like 1 or 2. Those roads, they degrade quite quickly. As you can see, this is a 100% degraded dirt road. Those road is signifying where we can enter and exit our map. So my people are now constructing. Yeah, as you can see, there's a skill button over here, which shows you how your production is influenced. At the moment we get 150% skill, which is due to climate being good for auroch pastures. Over here we have a skill of 93%, which is my species being good at growing grain, but they didn't fully work. I don't know why. Let's quickly check it. Normally they need to work every square once per day. Okay, today we are at 50% right now. You can check it over here. You can also see the progress. 95, 98, 90, 100%. Okay, I don't know why. It's enough workers. Normally when you see the work value being under 100%, you know you have too little workers. Rule of thumb is per 100 area you need 1 worker. That's what I go by. The longer they have to walk to work and from work, it takes a bit longer. But 2 workers for 150 area is plenty. Okay, now we have some roads, we have a janitor. The AI adjustment I would advise turning off. For now we just take 1 janitor. Okay, we are at 100%, 100 people. We have 17 furniture stored up. They are working tirelessly. So what we are going to provide now is one of the most important services. Our people need a place to poop at. So we will provide them with a lavatory. Probably over here. So they need latrines. I like to build my lavatory so that it is space efficient. Those are enough latrines for 280 people. Now we need some basins. Let's add a few in here. And that's 100% efficiency. It's just so they can poop faster, you know? If I don't have enough basins, I can poop fast. I don't know how it works for you, but that's how it works for me. If I go in there and I see there's like 20 stalls and 1 basin, then it takes longer. It's game logic. Okay, so they are pooping pooping down the lavatory now. Putting down the laboratory. So that's what I wanted to say. I'm sorry. And that will make my people very, very happy. Because, where is it? Lavatories is a huge bar, as you can see. The longer the bar, the better. As with other things in real life. No, it's all about technique. And now they're building the poop house. We don't have enough furniture yet, so we need to wait until our carpenters have produced enough furniture. I will employ a few more carpenters. So that's the loop. You make your people happy, more people want to join you, you let them in, you make your people happy, you have to provide more food. At the moment, our food consumption is at 12.5 and we produce 2.6. That is what some might call a bad idea. But we have stored up 93 grain. So what we can do now is we can refurbish this room and we can expand it. To produce more grain. I'll just make it a bit larger, 99%, that is not what I want 100%. Okay, where's the problem? This is not a problem. This is also good. Over here, oh no. It's just, you know, for my inner satisfaction, I cannot let this go below 100. And please, 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 promise me, don't be like me. You will never... I think this is the first map I've ever had where I have this luxurious of a problem. Normally I'm happy with everything above 80% is amazing. There's ways to get this higher, so this is just because I'm next to the river. There's ways to get the river next to you, which are called canals. But that's something for another time. So now this larger grain farm is being constructed. In the meantime, the lavatory should also be constructed once we have enough furniture. Loyalty is decreasing. Why? Why do they have fight pit? Taverns? Fight pits? I've provided nothing like that. I think there's... Yeah, as you might know, this is a beta. And things can get quite a bit on the buggy side. So we will discover quite a few bugs probably. The good thing is the developer Jake is cranking out updates like crazy. I think there's 3 or 4 fixes every day. Okay, the lavatory is finished, we need 1 employee, and now my people will be extremely happy in a bit. The next thing you want, the most important thing even, is... where is it? Administration. You want laboratories. Those things are how you progress in the game. You build a laboratory, your people work there, and they provide you with research. And this technology you can get here in the tech tree, and holy tech tree moldy. There is a lot of different things in here. Okay, the whole Empire tab is new. Very interesting. You have to unlock a few buildings now. Loving subjects? You can make them happier. Okay. Ooh, you can get taxes here. Workforce. Health. Okay. There's also a few new icons. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm just amazed by all the things that changed. So you can unlock new buildings in here, for example. So if you want to build a weaver, you have to have 120 science or technology, and then you can unlock the weaver. Propaganda? Advertisement? Deflation tag. Okay, we are... Oh, I wish, guys, I have a ginormous grin on my face right now. This is amazing. Loving the new tech tree. Advanced library, okay, takes gems now. Interesting. Oh, you can upgrade the ore handling. Is anything other on you? Good sap is normal. Treasury is normal. Tourists, normal. Tech tree is different. What is this? Factions. Oh, that's diplomacy. Yeah, while they're building, I can just fast forward a bit. You can see my people are getting happy now, because they have a place to poop. They don't have to run into the woods anymore. So this is probably very familiar to most of you, even if you haven't played another colony survival game. I mean, it's a city builder. If you've played Banished, it's quite similar. You build farms, you build houses, make your people happy, try to have them not starve. It's all business as usual. Then you can refine things, like in Banished, where you have to make tools and stuff. Okay, all good and well. The scale is a bit different. In Banished, you don't have 12,000 people in your village. You stop at like 1,000. Dwarf Fortress, you probably could have 12,000. The problem is, after like 100, your FPS just goes to shit. In this game, by the way, I almost always get to at least 4,000, 5,000 people, and there's still 60 FPS. You don't have the FPS counter down here. That's 60 FPS, and it doesn't drop, it doesn't do anything, it's just very stable. Where this game really opens up is once you reach Dakori at 500 population, you get administration and embassy. What this means is that on the world map, the map we've placed our building, our main city down, you can start recruiting troops, you can start recruiting mercenaries, and you move out like in Total War. Those are settlements in Total War. You can then even build them up which I cannot show you right now, and you can conquer other settlements and you can interact with other regions. So for example, our immediate neighbor, Unaleska over here, we can click at them and we have his leader and the potential leaders after this one dies. We can see his goods and what he's giving us for it. We can see his army, his stats, and we can go to diplomacy. And where there once were 2 or 3 different buttons, there's now a whole diplomacy system. I haven't seen this before. The grin is becoming even grinnier. And here you can go into diplomacy, like in Total War. You can they can become your protectorate, we can become their vassal, we can have an alliance, we can trade with each other, we can unite the faction and all of its territories join you as your own territory. So we can declare war, we can conquer them, or we can diplomatically unite them, which takes 24.9 million. Oh, we can even trade slaves. $289 for a Dondorian slave? That seems bugged. No way that is intended. 289 denarii is nothing. So, for example, we have wood. Oh, okay, wood is cheap AF. I think they have fixed the prices. Okay, the prices are way different than they were in the last version. So we could, for example, sell our whole wood for 2,230 denarii. And then we could demand resources and like buy some stuff from them. Okay, iron is very cheap now. Furniture also. Fabric. How much do you want for... Okay, we don't have furniture. Leather at 21 is crazy. That is very... So you can export things, you can make money, you can trade with people. All the things you've come to know from Total War and other games. I'm quickly checking. There was a big exploit last version. That you could just integer overflow on the goods. So what I'm going to do now is I'm quickly checking if one of them has a lot of wood. Yes, 6 million. 6 million. Okay, I think they have... They fixed it. The only thing I'm noticing, everything is at 6 million in the end. No matter what I buy. 6.41 million, 6. Oh, there are 7 million. Oh no. Okay, I found the first exploit. They just accepted. Oh shit. I'm sorry guys. I think that will kill my FPS. Holy moly. Where's the caravans? Here they come. Oh no! Oh no! Everything I said about the FPS of this game just will go to shit in a moment. Oh god, here comes the pain train. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. I mean, we have food for a few days now. But I'm rocking 60 FPS, okay? Not that bad, actually. They are organizing them nicely into 500 stacks. Here comes the meat I ordered from the other. I might have an autosave before I ordered all the stuff. Okay, okay. We're good. This autosave was before I ordered all the food on this world without paying. So we need food, so we are going to hunt a few of those birds. The Norris, majestic bird, flightless. We need food immediately. So we are even suspending this job just so my people go hunt. And now we can activate the job once they have hunted and there's food in our stores. Yes, okay, we're good now. Once again, we can let in a few more carpenters. And I will go to designing the laboratory. Where is it? Under administration, laboratory. Okay, the laboratory is not emitting noise. Once again, I will build it rather large. The laboratory has no efficiency whatsoever, so you can just go ham and build however you like. This is probably a bit too much, so I will build it like this and like this. Then we can build a few more here and a few more here. And that's enough for 73 workers, which is nice. Let's give them an entrance on all 4 sides, and we need 73 furniture for this laboratory. For now, I will suspend the job. I want them to finish the grain farm first. Okay, and I think with the laboratory queued up and the early game secured, we're up to 25 people. I will end the first episode. So, as you saw, version 66 is still in the early stages, but Jake is patching like crazy, so I think after I put out a video showing this bug, it's probably fixed in around 2 hours or so. So once you see this, the bug is probably already fixed. I think it's funny nonetheless. So thank you for watching and see you in a bit.